Robert Musyoka, live from Nairobi, Kenya, and I welcome you all my viewers in Kenya and around the world to the J. Ulysses Show. This show aims at taking major issues that are important all over the globe and take a deep look at matters concerning art and culture, health, education, and politics, and how they affect all, irrespective of where you reside from. At first, we are going to dive into the major stories on the current ongoing around the world. A deadly helicopter crash in New Zealand occurred when a loose pair of trousers flew out of the cabin and wrapped around the tail rotor. The bizarre circumstance around the crash in October that claimed 3 lives near the South Island resort town of Wanaka were revealed in a Transport Accident Investigation Commission. The report says the evidence that a pair of over trousers that had been packed in the cabin came out of the helicopter and became entangled in the tail rotor. The Chief Commissioner, Jane, said. The paint ranks on the over trousers matched the color and profile of the tail rotor blades, and marks on the tail rotor blade match a Z and dome connector on the over trouser. Releasing its interim finding, the Commission said the case underlined the danger of loose items in the helicopter cabins. Washington's D.C. top prosecutor is suing Facebook in the first significant U.S. move to punish the firm for its role in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. District of Columbia Attorney General Karl Racine filed a lawsuit on Wednesday, said the Washington Post. It accused Facebook of allowing the wholesale scrapping of personal data on tens of millions of users. The action adds to a number of regulatory investigations following a year of privacy and security missteps. A Facebook spokesperson told the BBC, "We are reviewing the complainant and look forward to continue our discussion with Attorney General." In a well as if this lawsuit Facebook being probed by Securities and Exchange Commission, the Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice in the UK, and the company has fined €500,000 over the Cambridge Analytica scandal, the maximum fine the British Data Regulatory can impose. Kenya Classification Board CEO Ezekiel Mutua has suspended a Kikuyu language music video, Ikamba, by Isaiah and Waharaka, and called for the arrest of everyone involved in its production of an hate speech and incitement of the song, which sparked outrage on the internet, appears to mock the Kamba community and Kitui Governor Charity Ngilu over the ban of charcoal trade and the recent searching of the vehicle carrying it in the county. The song is offensive and distasteful. Its translation and real meaning and objective is to mock one community and deride its members over the ongoing controversy on charcoal burning in Ukambani. The song is in bad taste as it generalizes the act of few individuals who might and deride a whole community in the most foul language. It's primitive piece of art that contravenes the provisions of Article 33 of the Kenyan Constitution on freedom of expression and amount of incitement, violence, and hate speech, Mutua stated. In a strongly worded post, he suspended the video and called for National Cohesion and Integration Commission to investigate it and arrest the culprits. Many societies have always found entertainment crazed with young people usually disagreeing, and music video and Kenyan societies, and that disagreement takes another higher notion in terms of morality and what you would call scantily clad entertainment. This week we are going to review some music video that brought this country to a standstill across the East Africa region. Critics have long felt that authorities tend to use double standards when it comes to the censorship of work of art. While international content enjoys a disrupted broadcasting, authorities tend to only act on local content and when certain members of the public express their discomfort. For example, in February 2016, when Kenyan rapper Naughty Flow teamed up with Attack to release Same Love, a song and video promoting tolerance for homosexuality relationships. The Kenya Classification Board could not hide its dismay and not only banned the video but went as far as asking Google to pull it from YouTube. Although this of course was not to be, authorities such as the KFCB have on various occasions found themselves at the receiving end of criticism from the public, many of whom disapprove of these bodies acting as moral police and attempt to dictate what is fit or not fit for public consumption. One Kenyan competitor, for example, recently weighed in on the decision by the KFCB to censor Coca-Cola advert, writing as, "Your work is not to regulate immorality, you need to relook at the law and your mandate so you can help develop this country, not stifle talent, information, entertainment, education, and information." Kalulu on Twitter says that music video is a form of art, and the only influence is that we should appreciate our own. Let us head over to our future segment and see what correspondent Pamela has for us.
Thank you very much, Robert. I can hear you loud and clear.
Pam, what do you have for us today?
The Kenya Film Classification Board CEO Mutua has banned the new Sauti Sol video Melanin from being aired on any channel between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. And in a statement, Mr. Mutua stated that the song was not suitable for family viewing. He went ahead to say that the video was gross and unfit to be watched by children, adding that the video objectifies women and particularly the girl child. He, however, clarified that the board had not entirely banned the video as it recognizes the freedom of adults to watch any content.
On our SMS line, Mr. Matendechere Willis said that the music can make you feel happy or sad, but not influence or you to hate someone or hate on anyone. Today, in our discussion panel, we have some experts who are going to give us a deep insight into these issues and ensure that we address them once and for all. The gentlemen, two of them give their insight one at a time. We are going to begin with Eric Kaikai, an artist, a producer, who masters music, and another panelist in our show today is Stephen Lee, an artist. And finally, not the least, we have KP, an artist from Tanzania, but based in Kenya. Have you ever had your music banned?
Not really. We always try and make sure that we do music that is acceptable to the general public, and also that we don't go outside the constraints of the law.
So what about you, Mr. Steven?
Not my own kind of music, but I have experienced partners or counterparts that we probably make music with. And basically what happened is the content of their music was obscene. You know, the videos had some of the ladies showing a bit too much of their skin, and some of the wordings were also vulgar, and also some display of some weapons. Yeah.
KP, what's your take on the same issue?
Not really. I've never had that experience, and I never wish to have it someday.
Producing a music video and music costs a lot of money. How do artists feel after their ban of their song?
I think it's a very bad feeling, but I think it's something that they also predict, because now if you're doing something and you know the laws of your country, the way they are and what they expect you to do, so as much as you're feeling bad, I think you saw it coming and you deserve it. Yeah.
I think they feel absolutely depressed because you have spent a lot of money investing in a product or intellectual property.
Yeah.
And then here it is being discredited and being just being barred from being in the market. And I think what that constitutes is disappointment and discouragement.
KP.
In a discourage an artist. Yeah.
Eric, what measures should the Film Classification Board do to work amicably with creatives?
What should be done is they should have like seminars where they can invite artists and content producers and tell them what is expected of them, because becoming a content producer, anybody can come in this generation, especially when we have smartphones with videos, and most of them don't know what's expected of them and what they are not supposed to do. So as a content producer, I think it's wise if they start having seminars and start inviting people to come and learn what they should and what they should not do.
What about you, Mr. Lee? Mr. Stephen Lee?
I think they should really integrate us creatives and content creators in either their boards or their decision-making committees, because when you sit in a committee where you are a group of people whose expertise is limited in terms of art and expression, and by limited I mean you've probably not practiced this art performance, what they should do is they should include some of the performers, the renowned performers, the respected performers, the consistent performers of basic arts or complex arts in their decision making and in their policies and regulations formulation for the Films and Classification Board.
KP?
I think they should call the artists in, discuss of some things like, okay, we don't need this and this. Okay, even if it's like that, we just say hivi muziki umeendelea sawa. So tukiangalia the western part, muziki watakiwa ikitaka muziki wako uende like international, unajua, you have to structure it in a way. Unajua there are some things we put, ndio. So I think what they should do is like come to an agreement kwamba okay, kwa sababu pia in the music industry kuna different audiences. Kuna hao ambao ni useme the young age and kuna wale ambao ni wakubwa sawa. So they could do something like in Tanzania, they have this thing you can like maybe the dirty music or the whatever dirty clips zinaplaywaga at the night. So unaona usiku kabisa watoto wakishaenda kulala, so unajua. Lakini from 18 and above, people can take that, can handle that. So I think they should discuss too now, Sunny vizuri. Yeah.
Your advice to artists and video producers?
Advice to artists, producers and video producers: know your market, know your people, and know the region you're working in, so that you don't go breaking the laws. Because one thing about the law, when you break it, they don't say that you can't go there saying that I didn't know or something. Once you're ignorant about the law, you'll face the consequences. So please make sure you know where you're working and the field that you're working in.
Stephen?
To artists, you should always be encouraged to propagate your own kind of content. Don't try to be like the other artists.
Be creative. Let's go on with this thing. Let's work very hard. Let's put classic videos to fanya videos kali. Na nchi itabidi kubali kwa sababu tukitaka mafanikio to go mbele lazima tupambane na wao. Why are we taking the other western things if we don't take those also? Let's take everything. Let's be creative.
Well, I believe this panel has given us a proper insight on the situation on the ground and how we could possibly bring this issue to an end. Creative, let's be creative and own our crafts. The idea of ban is not bad. However, one can ban what people are watching freely on social media, through their phones or computers in public places, offices or their homes. Enforcing the ban is the challenge to Mutua is serving. Enforcing the ban is like trying to stop River Nile from reaching Mediterranean Sea. Only a mad person can try to do that. Mr. Mutua advised the creatives to compose romantic songs without being immoral, further accusing some of them releasing the controversial video with an intent of gaining fame. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Remember, let's keep this conversation going on my Twitter handle, which is at JUlysses, and Facebook fan page, which is JUlysses. On my SMS line, 4799-865-988. Also remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at JUlysses. Let us also support each other and propel each other to greater heights of prosperity in Kenya, art and culture in Kenya, art and culture. Have a lovely time and look out for my next episode. I've been your host, Mr. Robert Musyoka. Bye-bye.